Hello and welcome to another watercolour. We're going to do a simple beach scene, sort of an entrance to a beach. We're going to have a fair bit of sky, but I don't want the sky to be too sunny or a bright day. I want it to be a little bit overcast, a little bit rainy, but not actually raining. That means that our water will not be too blue. It'll be more of a greeny type of colour. But we'll see how we go first. We'll just wet the area for the sky with some clear water using a fairly big brush. This is only a cheap brush, and we'll just wet this in areas. Again, I need that masking tape. I'm only using that sellotape for the edges, but I'd rather use masking tape because the sellotape doesn't keep the water. The water tends to leak in under the tape a bit, although I got away with it last time, but I'm really going to have to go to the hardware store and pick up some masking tape. So I think that's okay. I might have to pick the board up, take that, the only reason I've got that backing tin on there is because it's stopping the glow or the reflection of that light that I've got above me. So anyway, let's see how we go. I've got a bit of a mixture of Australian dark leaf green. I've got some very dark blue, Prussian blue, and I've also got some black, a little bit of black mixed in here as well. And I just want a good overall mixture here. I don't really want much definition in this sky at all. I really don't want to go over the area where I've drawn where the land is. So this is just wet paint on wet paper. A little bit more black. Okay, now I'm going to, just to move this board around, I'll take this off. And I'm just going to move the board around a little bit, just to let that soften through. Bit of a technique to let that just flow through, because as I said, I don't really want any definition or that much definition in the sky. I just want it to be, there we go. I just want the sky just to be a very overcast sky, perhaps almost on the verge of raining. Just softening this out a bit, just to give the illusion of maybe just some a hint of some very soft cloud, or a little tiny bit of definition, not much. As I said, I really don't want definition in this. Okay, I'll just move this across here a bit. That looks pretty good. I'm going to leave that dry. Just going to tilt this to one edge. All right, that's okay. I'm going to let that dry and then we'll come back and we'll do some more on the scene, perhaps the water, and then we'll concentrate on the sand dunes and some of the grass. Okay, that sky is just about dry. That's really how I want the sky. As I said, I don't want any blue or anything like that. I just want it to be a very overcast sky. And so I'm going to put in a strip of water here now. It's very difficult with the camera right in front of me to do this, but I'll try. So I'm just going to keep that as neat as I can running through here. That'll do there. And I'll just drag this brush through just a bit, just to take off some of that colour. That's all right. And that will dry a lot lighter than what you can see it there. It'll start to fade in colour a bit, which is good. I want that. It doesn't matter that I've actually gone over the land here, because I'll be covering this up, these bits here, with a bit of shrub or whatever. So we'll get into the sand dunes and also the grass, some of the grass, and a couple of these old posts that are stuck in the ground as well. So we'll see how we go. Bit of dirt or fluff there, get rid of that. And I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so that's fairly well dry, I suppose. We'll see how we go. Anyway, I've got some Payne's Grey, and I'm just going to use a little bit of Payne's Grey on my artist palette. This is Winsor & Newton colour that I'm using right now, because I just want to give just a light hint or a definition of some of those dunes that are undulating without going overboard with it. Just an impression. Okay, that's all I want for that. And I might even get a little bit of yellow ochre in there as well. Just a bit, I don't want too much. So wash this brush out again. Got these old big coffee jars that I use for my water. So I'm just getting a little bit of yellow ochre, just a bit. I don't want too much of this, as I said. That'll do for that. And we'll give that a rest and I'll come back in a sec. Okay, so we're back again. We've just created the sky, just a sky without much definition in it. You can see some clouds there, but mainly a soft overcast sky. And we've got the water there. We don't want bright blue because it's not a sunny day. So we've got a mixture there of Australian dark leaf green. I've got a little bit of this, what do you call this colour here? I keep forgetting the name of it. Turquoise, that's it. Always keep forgetting the word turquoise. But this is from one of these really lovely watercolour artists' tubes of paint, Art Spectrum, ANS or AS. And I put a little bit of that turquoise in with the Australian dark leaf green, and it's just given me that colour of the ocean that I was after. But I don't really want, it's okay to go flat along the horizon there up the top, but I don't really want it to be really flat down the bottom there. And I should have taken note of that. So I'm going to try and just fix that up a bit, because I want the sand dunes to be more undulating. So I've got some white here, and I'm going to try and just make that a bit more natural through there. There's a bit there I'll have to go over again. Let's see if we can fix that other part up there. Yep, you can still see the green through there, but that's okay. I'll fix that up a bit later. But that looks more natural now. And we can actually do perhaps some suggestive lines through there as well, coming from the foreshore there. Okay. Just putting a little bit of white in there, white watercolour. Maybe a bit of white watercolour down here as well. There we go. I don't mind that. And perhaps a bit more white. Just a little bit more white. Just to break off down the bottom there a bit. You sort of see as you're progressing what needs to be done just in this spot here. Yep, okay. We'll just leave that now. Come back in a second. Okay, I want to use, we're back again. I want to use some dark leaf green here. And I want to water that down a little bit. So I don't want to be too strong. And I just want to put a bit of grass in here, or the impression of some greenery or grass through here. And a little bit in here. Not too much though. All right, we'll just break that and come back. Okay, so I've just got a small brush here, very small, thin brush. I have to buy myself a proper rigger brush, but a rigger brush, as I said in my other video, is the bristles are longer than this, a longer handle, and they call it a rigger brush because the rigger brushes are used, or were used and still are, to primarily paint the rigging on ships. They're very fine, but you can use them for lots of other things too. Lots of fine work. So I'm using a fine brush here with some more Australian dark leaf green. I just think it's a brilliant colour, so versatile. And I want to put some greenery in around the top here. And I want to start putting a bush in here as well. Just something looking scraggly. I'll darken that up because I know this is just going to fade, as watercolours do. Here we go. It'll still fade a bit more compared to what it is right now. Okay, so there's just some growth on this. On the edge there. And we'll see if we can get some more growth going throughout the painting. And it just won't be green, we'll put some other colour in as well. The green is good because it actually accentuates. So you look at where you think the greenery might be. Just visualize you're there yourself, and where you think the greenery might go. So I'm just going over this with this Australian dark leaf green. A wonderful colour from Art Spectrum. All of Art Spectrum's colours are really, really nice. So are the Winsor & Newton's. Okay, so that's pretty good. I like that, but I feel that there needs to be something in the foreground here, just a bit. I don't want to overdo it because I like the way that that's working in with the white paper, leaving these negative spaces of white. If you can do that, that looks really good. And the paper is working for you without having to fill the entire scene up. So I'm going to just have some more greenery coming down onto the base of these poles, which you can't see very well yet because I haven't painted them in. It's just a pencil drawing of these poles right now. And I really don't want any strong shadows because, yeah, I mean, the sun could be coming in from this way, but I just don't want any strong shadows in this particular painting, mainly because of this overcast sky. I mean, the sky could be fining up in the back this way, but yeah, I think I'll just leave it the way it is without strong shadows. Some grasses, you just don't have to put much definition, just the suggestion, as you can see there. But I do want something up on this hill here. So, and we need a bird in the sky. I know birds can be, you've got to be careful, birds can be corny, but I think we expect to see a bird around the beach, don't we? Even if it is overcast. So, continuing with this dark Australian dark leaf green from Art Spectrum. I'll just darken some of this up here a bit more. Okay, so I've just put a few grasses, longer grasses just coming out there. And we'll go over to the other side, to the right-hand side. So say it's a bit difficult filming with the camera right in front of me. I've got to find myself a stand. Maybe some viewers can suggest a stand that I can use where it's off to the side, but still looking completely down straight on the paper. Anyway, that's some research I can do, or if someone may have a suggestion. So it's just a suggestion here of this greenery. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good, but I'm still wanting something around here, so I'm going to put some grasses in through here. Okay. So we've got some different colours in there. We've got some greenery. We've got some scraggly old bush there. I think we can get a couple of little more strands of grass in here too. Just some longer strands perhaps. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And while we're at it, we'll put some other coloured grass in here too. This is a little bit of cadmium yellow. Just trying to get some off the palette onto the brush. And we'll use a little bit of yellow ochre in there as well. Just some foreground stuff there. And we'll go back to the yellow ochre. Perhaps there's some bits of straggly old grass in here. Bits of dead grass, you know, that sort of grass. Yep, that's okay. I might even put a little tiny couple of strands up through here. Some more of it through here. Okay, I'm just going to darken up a little bit here now. It's just annoying me, so I'm going to put a little bit of darker colour in here. Just a bit in through here. Okay, that's not bad. I think we just need a little bit of definition and the sand dune just where it meets up with the ocean, just a bit of definition. So I'll use a little bit of this Payne's grey, not much, from Winsor & Newton. Well, I didn't mean to do that, did I? Well, let's fix that up. Part of the path anyway. That's okay. I'm just going to do the some of these poles now. A couple of the poles anyway. Now I'll just use the black for that. Couple of poles there, just some just to add a little bit of interest. Don't know what function they serve, but sometimes you see these things at a beach. Old fences that once used to be there that are just bits of sticks in the ground. Excuse my hand in the way. All right, I think I'll just stick a bird in the sky. I might do one pole just down in through there. Bit of grass in there too. I don't think we need another pole. I think that's okay the way it is. All right, so we will do a bird in the sky. So we'll just do plain old black. Somewhere over here, I suppose. Okay. That's pretty good. That's not bad at all. We could add a little bit more foliage up the top. I might just do that before we sign off. Just a tiny little bit. Here we go. Yeah, that looks all right. So we might just leave it like that. Now I'll take this, what should be masking tape, sellotape. I'll get rid of this. Pull away from the painting. You don't want to be pulling toward the painting, otherwise you might rip into it. And if you've done a good painting, that would be terrible. This is a little bit difficult there. There we go. So I will lift it up and show you. There it is, just a simple beach scene, a lovely diffused sky. Letting the paper do a lot of the work. There's a lot of blank paper there. You can see in with the sand dunes. We've put some simple grasses. We've put some bits or remnants of a fence. And that looks pretty good. Okay, thank you for watching. I've just got to sign it, but thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. This channel is fairly new and we're just building it now. But don't forget to subscribe and like, and you know, that bell icon, all that sort of stuff. And we'll keep doing as many as we can. Thanks for watching. Oh, sorry, and just a little bit. You know what? I forgot to put a little bit of definition in that water, and there it is there. You can just see the hint of some waves. Okay, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe.